What's up everyone, this is Wasim from the Tech Boys and I have a full review for you guys of the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. So we have Samsung's second phablet device. It features a 5.5-inch HD Super Amoled display. Inside the phone there is 2 gigs of RAM, a 1.6 GHz quad-core exynos chip. The phone will come in 16 and 32 gigabyte models. The phone is running Android 4.1 Jelly Bean with Samsung's TouchWiz user interface. So let me show you guys a tour of the Galaxy Note 2. Here we have the beautiful display on the front, obviously. We do have a physical home button like the Galaxy S3, as well as a menu and back button. Toward the top you have your earpiece and a 1.9 megapixel HD front-facing camera. If we look to the right side, we do have our power button. And to the left side, we have our volume rocker. At the bottom, we have our micro USB charging port, a microphone, and as well as our S Pen. So the S Pen is right there. On the back of the device, we have our 8 megapixel camera with single flash, our Samsung branding. The speaker is right on the back. And at the top is a headphone jack and our secondary microphone. The Galaxy Note also has a full removable back piece, so we can remove the back cover. There is a giant 3100 milliamp hour battery, our micro SIM, and an expandable slot where you can put into 64 additional gigabytes of memory. And the Galaxy Note 2 does feature NFC with Android Beam and S Beam. Now, while the design is good, it's really not anything mind-blowing. It's really just a big Galaxy S3. It keeps the same plastic construction as the S3 with the same hybrid glaze material that Samsung uses. So you can see a very glossy back piece, and it really resembles a S3. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the S3 and compare it side by side just to show you guys how big the phone is. So here we have a Galaxy S3, and the Galaxy S3 is not a small phone. The Galaxy Note just makes it look tiny compared to it. Let's also compare it to the size of an iPhone 5. So here we have the iPhone 5, and again it looks puny next to the Galaxy Note 2. So the design is good. The size is the biggest factor as far as the design. The Galaxy Note 2 is a big phone, so wait until it's in the stores, play with it. For most people, this size phone probably will not work for them. Personally, I do love the big display, it's beautiful. Now let's take a look at the software. It's running Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, one of the few devices. And the Galaxy Note 2 is extremely fast. You can see going through your home pages is very quick. Opening your application drawer is nice and easy. As well as looking into your widgets, there is no lag when you're looking at widgets. If I want to easily add a widget, it's very simple. Find an open home screen, add it right there. So very easy to customize your Galaxy Note, add your bookmarks, and while there are some widgets that can be bigger or smaller, it's a really nice feature. So Android is very customizable, and Samsung adds a lot of neat features, as well as in your notification tray. If I pull this down, I have quick access to my Wi-Fi settings, GPS, Bluetooth, rotation. Everything can be managed pretty easily in the notification tray. I can also control my brightness here in the notification tray as well, so it makes it really easy to lower my brightness at night or increase it when I need it, or I can easily turn on auto brightness. And of course, all your notifications will appear in your notification tray. And if we jump into settings, very typical layout. There is also something called home screen mode. So let's say you're not very tech savvy, you want something very basic. You can change the phone to easy mode, which will make it much easier for non-techie people. Samsung has also added blocking mode. This is very similar to Do Not Disturb on iOS 6.0. So I can have blocked calls, blocked text messages within a certain period of time. So here at the bottom I can set a time from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I don't want my phone to ring or receive any messages. So it's a really good way to not be disturbed during a specific time. And of course, all your settings for your S Pen is in the settings, and we will go through that a little bit later. There is also cloud built in, and of course this works with Dropbox. Now here, let me show you guys the keyboard on the Galaxy Note. My favorite thing is probably in the number row. Because of the big screen, Samsung gets to add that number key right at the top. And honestly, it's very easy to type on the Galaxy Note. So very easy to type on. Of course, you can use it in portrait or landscape mode. And of course, if you like, you can also pull out your S Pen and use the S Pen typing. So pretty easy, a lot of options. If you don't like this keyboard, you can also download more from the Android market. Now let's pull up the browser for the Galaxy Note. There is internet built in. I do recommend downloading Chrome. It's a lot faster, really easy to use and really nice gestures. But here is the stock browser. And here we have Phone Arena loaded up. And I'm just going to refresh the page for you guys. The browser is extremely fast thanks to the 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor. And also the bigger display just makes it a very enjoyable browsing experience. And even though the page is not fully loaded, I can easily jump in, read a few titles. And of course, it works very nicely in portrait or landscape mode. So very nice. If we jump into the settings, of course we can create a new window, add the shortcut to our home page, print the page to a compatible printer, or even change the brightness within the browser, which is really cool. And of course, I can go to my tabs and easily change between them. So now let me talk about the S Pen. So the S Pen is probably the biggest features on the Galaxy Note 2. And notice when I pulled out my S Pen, it popped up with this menu. So this is a really good way to start creating a note because the phone knows that you pulled it out. It automatically brings up the S Pen menu. So from here I can easily just jump into a note. So with S Note, there are a ton of features you can do. Of course, you can change your pen mode. So here I can change from pen to marker, paintbrush, the colors, and the font. There is also productivity tools for shape match. So if I jump into a shape match, if I draw a circle, it will perfectly align it for me. That's the same with squares or triangles. Very easy, and it's a really nice feature. Personally, I don't use the S Pen as much, but Samsung does show a lot of great templates or ideas that you can use the S Pen for. So these are all things people have created on the S Pen, so this is a really cool way to take notes in class or quickly jot something down, grocery list, things like that. One really cool thing with the Galaxy Note 2 is if I leave my pen away and I walk away from it, the phone will automatically alert me that I've left my pen. So it is a really nice feature so you don't lose your S Pen. And of course there is a button on the S Pen itself. If I press it and I press and hold on the screen, it will take the screenshot for me and I can easily jot things down, write notes pretty easily. Another really cool thing is you can crop certain things of the screen that you want. So let's say I just wanted a press and hold on your button on the S Pen. Go ahead and circle the part you want. And then you have it right here. From here I can easily have it copied, and when I want to pull it up in my notes I can do that fairly simple. Now other few things you can do with the S Pen is called hovering. So let's say I'm in my gallery Let's go back to the main page. I can easily hover over certain things, so when I hover over the images, I can easily scroll through what I have. And again, I'm not touching the screen with my S Pen, only hovering right above it. So very cool feature. And of course, like the S3, Samsung has also brought in the pop-up play feature. So here we have the video. I can use the pop-up play feature. So here I have the video playing, and I also want to show you guys how powerful this phone is. So while the video is playing, I can also bring up my S Pen, and here I have technically 3 different things. I have my home screen, I have the video playing, and I can have my notes here. So very powerful phone, really no lag when you're using the device. And of course you can make the video bigger or smaller fairly easily. Now a few more features you get with Android 4.1 Jelly Bean is Google Now. So here I can access Google Now by pressing on the Google search button or press and hold the home button and tap on the Google Now button. So Google Now is really cool. It's very fast at finding information for you. There are a ton of cards like sports, navigation, restaurants, tickets, as well as the weather. So really you can ask Google Now to do a ton of things for you. Check sports, so I'm going to do a few demonstrations just to show you what Google Now can do. Is it going to rain in New York this week?
Yes, rain is expected on Monday in New York.
What's the score of the San Francisco Giants game?
The Giants and the Cardinals are tied at 1 in the top of the 3rd inning.
How tall is the Golden Gate Bridge?
Golden Gate Bridge is 746 feet tall.
Who is the president of Germany?
The president of Germany is Joachim Gauck.
How tall is Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant is 6 feet 6 inches tall.
When is it Election Day?
Election Day is on Tuesday, November 6th, 2012.
So you guys get the idea. Google Now is extremely fast. I can also use it to send text messages, create alarms, as well as navigation. Alright, let's talk about the camera. It does feature the same 8.0 megapixel camera featured on the Galaxy S3. Samsung has also introduced a few other features with Android Jelly Bean with this device. So here we have, I can take a picture, easily focus, take the picture. The Galaxy S3 did feature burst shot. To enable that, you had to go into your settings as well as go into your shooting mode and enable burst shot. What Samsung has did is they integrated it in the camera button. So all I have to do is press and hold the shutter key. So that was the same thing featured on the HTC One X. Samsung has also added some really cool effects built in. So if I jump into effects, I can easily add some Instagram-like effects on my Galaxy Note. Again, the photos come out really nice. There are a lot of more features that you can do on your Galaxy Note, like best photo, best faces, face detection, panorama, share shot, HDR, buddy photo share, beauty, smile shot, and low light shot. So really a ton of things you can do. The camera is very nice. It does shoot in 1080p video. So if you do love pictures, especially with this gorgeous screen, viewing photography is really nice. Now I want to talk about battery life. The Galaxy Note 2 has outstanding battery life. My model is an HSPA Plus unlocked variant, so I was easily able to get to 2 days of using my Galaxy Note with moderate use. If you do decide to use it under heavy use, you should be able to get through a full day, and with easy use, probably 2 to 3 days. Amazing, amazing, amazing battery life on the Galaxy Note 2. I was really happy of how long that battery lasted. Call quality is very nice on the Galaxy Note 2. Just like with any other device, it really isn't wow, but you would expect a phone of this age to be able to make decent call quality, and it does. Now, the battery life will determine on the LTE models, which are expected to come to AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint. So battery life will be a lot less with the LTE model, but should be able to get through a full day. The Galaxy Note 2 is extremely fast. It's a beautiful display. My review of the Note 2 is it's amazing. The screen is gorgeous. Everything works extremely well, and Android 4.1 makes it a very smooth device. Now, should you get the Note, that is totally up to you. I do recommend it. Definitely play with it because the size may not work for everyone. It is a very big phone, so it's harder to maneuver with one hand. Check it out in the store, and I'm sure you guys are going to love the Galaxy Note 2. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment of what you think of the Galaxy Note 2, and follow us at the Tech Boys on Twitter.